very excited to tell you that beginning on Tuesday, we can finally welcome our new show, The Insiders.
Yeah, man.
With James
Let's
Yeah,
go.
man.
and Kyle Madson.
Come on.
It begins on Tuesday, 10 a.m., 10 to 12 every day.
Yes, indeed.
Two of the best personalities in the business make their home here on 102.5. Obviously, James has been with us for, like almost 2 years at this point, joining us as our 1320 Kings Insider. James, I can't sing your praises enough about all of the work you've put into the Kings Beat. What incredible content that is, how you are and have been for a long time. I think the one of the most, if not the most trusted Kings Insider in this market, and watching firsthand the work that you put in to covering that team has been extraordinary. I love doing shows with you when Kenny's not here. I love our 3 o'clock segments together, and I absolutely love that now you have a permanent home here at 10 o'clock.
I'm super excited. Look, we put a lot of work into this, and I love watching the show grow. And the opportunity is too good to pass up. I'm excited to work with Kyle. I'm excited to only work 2 hours straight, because 2 hours is better than 4 hours, and my back doesn't like the 4 hours. But I'm also excited that I'm still going to be here Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 3 to 4, and still be part of the show. And I love that we'll be able to open for you guys and get the ball rolling early in the morning and have you guys take over at noon.
And the thing that I love about this situation is something that maybe we know, because we talk to you guys on the regular when the mics are off and things of that nature. But James, you're not just a Kings watcher. Like, you watch all sports. You got opinions on all sports. You can talk all sports. Kyle, you don't just watch the Warriors and the 49ers. Like, you watch everybody. You can talk about it. And now with this show, everybody's going to learn that. Everybody's going to learn that these two are great sports minds, not just pigeonholed into specific teams.
Do you know how shook I was watching 49ers preseason football, and I'm getting texts from James Ham with Niners takes? Like, what? Here we go.
Ronnie Bell better make it. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's the exact text I got.
And Kyle, I can't say enough great things about my man Kyle Madson. Most people know Kyle and I are really good friends, and Kyle is almost frustratingly witty. Like, when I see some of Kyle's Twitter posts, like, why didn't I think of that? I'm just not clever enough. Like, Kyle is just one of the smartest, funniest people that I know. And your love of the 49ers, the Kings, the Warriors, baseball, football, sports is awesome, man. And this is an opportunity to host a show that has your name on it, that is long overdue. And I hated that you had to leave Sacramento to get an opportunity with 95.7. I hated that your time at 95.7 ended, but I knew the second it did, this was the prime opportunity to get you in here on ESPN, where you should be.
Can I keep it a stack and be super serious and try not to cry for a second? I'm a huge crybaby, everybody. But no, my life got shook up professionally in a really hard way, right? Mm-hmm. And dang, that was quick. No, the amount of love and support I got, not just from you guys here, obviously that was there, but just from the city in general, and the people in the chatty house, and people on social media who might not be on YouTube, people maybe listening on the radio right now or whatever. It was unbelievable. And I have a great support group with my family and my parents and my wife and everything, but getting laid off in this business sucks. And you never know if that's going to be your last chance to be in it.
Yeah.
And so it could have gone to a really tough place for me. Yeah. And it didn't, because of you guys, James and D'Lo and Casey and everybody listening and everybody who's been super supportive over the last 6 or so months. It means a lot. And this city has just always been there. And that's why I got so much love for Sacramento. So thank you guys.
I think there's a tie there between Kyle and I, because that's kind of my story. NBC decided they didn't want to cover the Kings anymore with a daily beat writer like I had done for 6 years. and it came out of nowhere, and it came like right before the season started. And it was like, I didn't know what I was going to do. And the first thing on my mind was, number one, we had a long-term relationship. I'd already had like a weekly spot with you guys, but at the same time, like, I love what you guys do, and it's really unique. It's very different. It feels more like podcasting, which I've done for like well over a decade. And so I like just the format and the feel, and you guys are such genuine guys. So I love the opportunity to come in here and sort of pick up the pieces, start the King's Beat here. And if people are wondering, the King's Beat's not going away. I'm doing this very specifically so I can keep going with the King's Beat and provide just the best Kings content possible. You're just going to get more of me, and I'll be off at noon every day and be able to race to practice. That's the plan. The plan is to.
You're doing it today.
You're doing what I do, what I've done for the last 14 seasons. And, I'm excited. I'm excited about, especially like talking sports with Kyle is going to just be outstanding. I think it's spectacular.
I'm super excited.
And like I said, we're privy to off-air discussion, but they already have a chemistry and a dialogue back and forth. That's going to be entertaining. I got in this business as a consumer, as a fan, right? So the consumer and fan part of me is excited to listen to you two guys on the radio. Like, I'm like, dope, this is dope. Like, this is show I'm a rock with. Like, I can't wait to hear you guys every day. And I'm excited for that. Like, I'm excited from you guys as people and as men, because I know you guys. So that's dope on that end. But just as a consumer of the business and radio and wanting to hear content, I can't wait to hear the show. Like, it's gonna be fire.
Yeah. I'm excited. We've never hid from the fact we know that the non-D'Lo and KC portion of ESPN sucks. We know, like, it's hard. Plus, they like ESPN doesn't even want to do it anymore.
Right.
Like, they just throw people in there. It's like, guys, like, what are we supposed to do with this?
Yeah.
And shout out to Stacy and Aaron, who, when we put together the proposal for D'Lo and KC, the KSFM version, I was like, it would really help to add a second show. And I put that in the proposal, and they never once mentioned it. It was almost like it was non-existent. Like, they talked about D'Lo and Casey on KSFM. They talked about Jesse. They talked about Charlie. And it wasn't until all of that was done that they went, hey, I didn't tell you this part, but they actually approved a second show. What would that look like? And I pulled up the thing that I had already created. I was like, here's what it looks like. Yeah. We already have James. James already works at ESPN 1320. We need one more person to tie it in together. And we don't need a person. We need Kyle. Kyle is the one who can tie this whole thing together. It only works if it's Kyle. It can't work if it's someone we train. And we talked about other names. I was like, I love that person. It's not going to work with them. It has to be Kyle. And it's weird to ask for something where you work and get it. And we asked for a lot in this idea of D'Lo and Casey doing 2 radio stations. We asked for a lot, and credit to the 2 of them. They got us every single thing to the penny that we asked for. And I was really worried when we announced the move to KSFM, or excuse me, when we announced the addition to KSFM. And I told everyone this. I was like, we need to announce both things at the same time. Because
that was great.
I didn't think like for like the Chatty House, right? Like, I think the Chatty House would be into it because like we ride together. Like, people who listen on the radio, like, they're not going to care. Like, how does that affect them? They want to hear the Kings. They want to hear the 49ers. They want to hear the Raiders. Like, that's they want to hear James fire off on the A's when he gets the opportunity. I was like, they're not going to care. And, we got a great response to that. It killed me to not make this announcement the same day, but I'm happy that a week before the NFL starts again, these guys start Tuesday, week 1 of the NFL season, the Insider starts. And then James, of course, Kyle, we're leading into, about a month away from NBA training camp. And now between the Insiders, D'Lo and KC, and Run It Back, we now have 8 hours of local programming on this station.
Love
when
that.
3 years ago we had 2,
Man.
and 3 years ago in 1 month we had none.
Man.
And I
That's
tweeted
crazy.
this, and I don't know how many people know this. This station has never had 2 local shows on the air at the same time.
Mm.
The Rise guys were let go. You know, it was always Bristol, and then it was the Rise guys. Then the Rise guys ended, and it just went back to Bristol.
Mhm.
D'Lo and Casey came along, and it was just D'Lo and KC.
Mhm.
This is the first time in the, I think the number was 16-year history
Mm.
of ESPN 1320 that there have been 2 local shows on at the same
So what's
time.
that? We talking 8 hours.
8 hours, 6,
8 hours now.
10 to 8, 10 to 6 every
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
There's
Man.
and I expect, you know, D'Lo and Casey was a 2-hour show. You know, James was like, oh, that 4 hours is a lot. Well, wait till the Insiders takes off and you get that old text. Hey, how would you feel about starting at 8 o'clock?
Oof.
8,
I'm in there, bro. Let's
Yeah.
go.
You know,
So, well, real quick, I heard that story that Damien just talked about. And if I read between the lines, it sounded like Damien said after after a bad show, he went to the car and called Kyle and was like, hey, bro,
No,
I think
yeah,
I think we need you here. It's a
Yeah.
sign. It's a
yeah, it's not far off. It's not far off. We
I got burner accounts
we
too.
need to-
Fuck.
we have a Ken Epiphany. I don't know what we call these. I don't know what they're called.
I had a Draymond moment out in the parking lot. Like,
Oh, I still got to punch John.
Oh,
Oh, Joe, watch,
John.
John Bull, watch out.
John Bull's marked. Yeah, I think the big thing when we went out to Sky River and we were all on
That was
stage.
dope. Yeah.
Although I almost wet myself at one
Yeah,
point.
well,
We
we were all on stage until James said, forget this. I got to go to the bathroom.
People kept buying me beer. What am I supposed to do? But like that show that day, I thought, oh yeah, okay, this is cool.
Yeah.
Kyle and I hadn't hung out a lot before that. We did work at NBC at the same time at one point. But this is one of those things where like I think we instantly felt like we could work this thing out. Plus, we do have a mutual hatred for John Fisher.
Yeah.
Well,
And
yeah.
So I mean, there could be a Cell day where we're wearing Cell shirts. I don't know. I'm gonna
I
have
need to get a
one.
cell.
I'm gonna do that every day if you want.
Yeah,
I mean,
maybe just put it underneath, like
like Superman.
Kyle's wearing that shirt across ballparks, in ballparks across the.
Yeah, I've got it in 4 ballparks so
That's
far,
very
including
nice.
the Collie. Come on.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. So one of the great things about having these 2 is for those, watching on YouTube and Twitch and all of that, the Chatty House now opens at 10.
It opens at 10. That's
And
crazy, right? That's
so-
a trip.
And in a move that I'm sure will be copied very soon, it's not going to close. It's going to open at 10 and it'll end when D'Lo and Casey are over. So there's
Yep.
going to be one live stream for ESPN 1320 programming. You want to go back and catch up? That's no problem. We'll
Mhm.
have the insiders, cut and posted for you. We'll have, D'Lo and Casey cut and posted for you, just as we do, all of the interviews and all of the different clips. But the Chatty House will open at 10 now and close at 4. So y'all, I always am so appreciative of the people who, tell us, hey, you really get us through our work day.
Yeah.
Because you get us through our work. This stuff can be hard sometimes when you're not quite sure if people are out there.
Mhm.
The Chatty House has allowed us to know, they out there,
Yeah.
they listening, they watching. And now you guys just get a chance to engage with what has been 2 of our most popular guests, now forming the Mega Powers and creating a show.
ESPN 13 TV. 13.
Why do you hate the 20?
Why do
bro?
I always do that?
Why do you hate
Why do I-
the 20?
Very
that's the
anti-Barry
first-
Sanders.
Very.
That's the first time I heard myself say, like, wait a minute, no, not 13, 13-20.
Kenny hates the 20. I don't get it.
Kenny hates the 20. Put it on a shirt. Underdog, put it on a shirt. ESPN 1320 TV is really like damn near a network now.
Yeah.
It's a network now, starting at 10, getting in the Chatty House, and just arguing about stuff all day long. I love it.
My favorite thing is when I'm working from home, I just pull you guys up on YouTube and that's what's going on while I'm working. And it's so funny when you guys are talking about X, right? And you guys are having a big discussion about whatever it is. Let's say the Kings.
Mhm.
And you go to the Chatty House and it is not
Oh
related.
no, it's
whatsoever.
It's about like a
It's
sandwich,
a
or
separate
something.
show.
Yeah, yeah,
Or cereal.
yeah.
Again.
Cereal. Yeah,
they're-
cereal's a big
They're
discussion.
in there talking about Sweetie or something like
Yeah.
that. It's like what?
All of
ain't
Big
got-
Niner fan.
Yeah,
Big
happens
Niner
all
fan,
the
yeah.
time. All
Yeah.
of the time.